Excited to have a little bit of time with you, have this one-on-one moment. A few things I need to get off my chest, a few things I think we need to clarify, but mostly just excited to get to know each other a little bit better. And if you're like most people, you've probably wondered what the heck it is that I do. We've probably followed each other on social media for years, and hopefully it's been positive. It's been good for me. I hope it's been good for you. But you may look back at the last few years and ask yourself, what the heck is it that Sarah Noelle does? You may have been very confused about what I do and where I'm going. And let me be vulnerable and say, me too. This has been such a wild journey. And the best part of it is the things that I've learned along the way. So I'll get to what it is that I do, but first I want to tell you what I'm not. I don't even know if I want to tell you what I'm not because you already know that. Let's begin here. The most important thing to me in life right now, one of those purpose pieces that I think that we all have to find, for me, has been the idea that real estate has changed the trajectory of my family. That generationally, real estate has changed my life so deeply. And it's wild to look back at these 40 years almost that I've been on this planet and this woven thread of real estate. You may have heard the story. My dad was born in 1935. I'm still a baby, don't worry. He was 50 when he had me, but 1935, my dad is born. Our family doesn't value education, and he sets off as an 8-year-old, walks out of his own home by himself, little bag on his back, so that he could continue to get an education. My dad never moved home to his family. He continued to send back his $1 a week so that he could remain in school, and found other families to take him in and have him work for them on the nights and weekends just so that he could get to an 8th grade education. Much like my dad, education was never my forte, but people always have been. And my deepest love, if you have to give me any title, I'm gonna ask that it's this one. My deepest love is being a human connector. Finding amazing people that do incredible things, incredible work, that show up as their selves every day and just wanna serve us. And how do I find the people that need to find them and get those people together? That's been my quest since I was very young, and I follow in his footsteps in that way. Well, my dad, born in the middle of the Ozark Mountains, poverty was probably a higher standard than he lived. And meanwhile, my mom is part of this beautiful, fun, kind of socialite family out of the Seattle, Auburn, Washington area. And the two of them find each other. And the story that changed it all was my mom looking across the street. And she said to my dad with total conviction, "That house is for sale. Let's buy it." And my dad very confidently said to her, "We're not homeowners." Like, he had never envisioned himself as someone who, I guess, deserved generational wealth or stability. And she disagreed with him and she won. And ultimately, they figured out how to come up with the down payment, and they sweated it out to figure out how they were going to make the payment every month. And they moved into that house. It was the house that I was born in. My brother lived there with his family, raised in a beautiful family there. My nieces and nephew, my niece and nephew are there now. It's a stone's throw from the house that I moved out of. If you have been enjoying those front porch sunrise pics for the last few years, that's the property out there. And it all began with one real estate purchase. My dad was in property management. I have had the humble pleasure of cleaning many apartments in my time. And about a decade ago, I knew that being an entrepreneur was undeniable. And I knew that the network of entrepreneurs who work together to keep people in their homes and to keep people benefiting from their real estate investment are really vast. If you are a renter and you say to yourself, you know, I like having somebody I can call and they come and, you know, fix things when there's an issue. Being a homeowner is just like that, except for there's more people to support you. And that's where I come in. So you've probably heard this phrase, the real estate concierge. And I want you to picture exactly what you're picturing. Walk up to the counter, ding the bell, tell them what you need, and then have that person do the legwork, have all of the decades of relationships right behind, and they just handle it for you. And that has been my vision. I had this idea of these 100 professionals that I already knew, loved, vetted, and all of them would be a network so that when something goes wrong with your house, when you want to buy a new house, when you want to celebrate your house, you call me first. Born and raised in the Willamette Valley, in love, have hardly moved away because we live in the best place in the world. And if only you knew all of the amazing people here to support you, I know you'll agree. So let me introduce myself. I'm your real estate concierge.